All right, welcome back, guys, to the second half of the brackets here between Bliss and Hachani. We do have Marin and Peekaboo to come up after this best of three to see who goes into the semis. But to start off, normally we get the laughs in the mid, but Hachani wants none of that. He just wants to win, so kind of just throwing out a bit of damage there. But he'll finally start to have some fun with it. I'm Ega. Joining me here is Rapid, or Rapid Casting, whatever I call him. And we're going to see a very heavy poke lane this time around.
Yeah, not your traditional amount of poke from Cassiopeia. If you land poison, and there's the first amount of poison being landed, it's actually going to keep stacking up Cassiopeia's passive, which, when you get enough stacks, will actually give her a few bonuses. Early on, of course, just gives her a little bit of ability power and the ability to heal off of Twin Fangs, which can really turn that lane around when you get that stacked up.
Yep, and what I thought was going to be Hachani with biscuits is actually Bliss with biscuits. So the Cassiopeia will have a little bit of burst healing that he can get from those when he does use them the first time. Also, it's a TP Ignite Cassiopeia against the TP Barrier Karma.
A little bit of trivia. Did you know, Egad, what the name of Cassiopeia's passive is?
I don't know.
It's the aspect of the serpent. I can't believe you would know that. Oh, Hachani, revealing his positioning off to the side, does narrowly dodge out there from the Noxious Blast, but he's going to start getting hit by more and more of those. Ward placed out in the mid lane, kind of just for style points at this point, and Bliss looking for the shove to get that early Twin Fangs.
Oh, wow. Using that early mantra tune. Actually, only hitting that creep that was in the front, blocking him just a bit. Kind of hurts the lane a little bit. It pushes it out just a little bit faster, but you know, Cassiopeia has no problem just neutralizing that with the poison.
Yeah, and while it will be a relatively low CS score right now, double the CS for Bliss. Okay, well, now it's only a was a 25% advantage, but you get the idea. Bliss at this point, with that hitting level 2, is really going to signal a huge power spike for him. Now, keep in mind, this is patch 5.2 on the Korean server, so that means that Cassiopeia has, you know, the nerfed mana cost to her Twin Fangs now cost actually a bunch of mana, but look at that damage going down there. Bliss empties his mana pool, just look at how fast that drains.
That's actually ridiculous. This is my first time actually seeing the new Cassiopeia in effect, and that was actually pretty cool to see. I didn't know it would come out like rapid fire like that. That makes her like really able to just like lay into people. Yeah,
there's a lot of damage behind it, but like we mentioned earlier, it takes so much mana to use effectively, and you can even see Bliss is using Twin Fangs to CS at this point. So while yes, that's going to give him the CS that he needs, it's also going to take mana that he does not need to be spending.
Yeah, once he gets some Zorn swings though, he should be okay to keep this Twin Fang harass out there.
Well, should be and will be can be very different situations, so we'll...
Okay, it will be enough.
Alright, well, at least I hope so. Bliss coming out into this, not with the fan boat, but, oh, look at the tether, gonna land? No, it's not going to latch. Bliss able to retreat to his turret in time, but a good job by Hachani to push him underneath there.
Yeah, I gotta say, Hachani definitely utilizing the fact that Bliss had no mana at the time, just keeping control of how many mantras he uses and such. Coming forward, Bliss though, look at this. This is so aggressive right now. Get it, drop the ignite, Twin Fangs, everything not gonna force the barrier though. So Hachani keeping an eye on that mana pool once again.
Yeah, but Bliss once again, yeah, with no mana, not able to finish off the kill. And that's something that Hachani knows. If the mana bar was like magically stealthed and your opponent couldn't see it, then maybe Hachani would be a little bit more afraid, but he knows Bliss only has enough room for just a small amount of offensive skills here. His health bar, his mana bar, both very, very low, and actually might be Hachani there. It lands the tether. He's a solar flare. Oh, one auto attack, not solar flare.
He should have dove that.
100%. Flare. But yeah, immediate flash in there, but oh wait, doesn't have flash, so dive opportunity is just a little bit lower than you'd otherwise imagine.
So you have the barrier, man. You just gotta dive with the flow. Just gotta go with it. Keep everything balanced.
And we're starting to see teleport barrier be kind of the preferred summoner spell combo of choice here. It allows you to get back to base for early buys, and it also will allow you to get back to lane if you do wind up dying early anyway. So, or not dying early, but being forced out of lane. If you die, then the game's over.
Yeah, if you die, it's pretty much just worthless. So. Yeah, they're both going back. Oh, he popped barrier by accident. Oh,
Oh
Hachani.
no! I think
Oh
Hachani
no.
meant to teleport back to the turret, but he hit the wrong summoner spell and actually used barrier instead.
Hmm. That's
But
rough.
crucially enough, Bliss does not know that. So Bliss is going to be calculating that barrier as a possibility, and that could definitely be, I would say, an advantage versus Bliss, or versus, yeah, Bliss, but still not having the inhibitor in the first place is not going to be where you want to be.
All right. I mean, the mind games are on. Let's see if Hachani can kind of sell this fake for a little bit. But the miasma, the poison, everything's coming through. He can't push out the waves. There's no way you have enough inner flames to come out that fast. And I mean, at this point, Bliss could be going for the tower game or the last hit game.
Interesting to see. You can see Bliss went for triple Doran's rings, but doesn't have any potions. Doesn't actually really need potions, considering how much health he's most likely going to get back from just throwing out these twin fangs. And of course, you can see now with 100 and I think 100 stacks on his aspect of the serpent, he will finally be able to heal himself off of using those twisted or twin fangs.
The twisted advance.
No, it's not Maokai. He is in fact just Cassiopeia. And by just Cassiopeia, I mean, oh, by the way, one of the strongest champions in 1v1 situations anyway. When you don't have to worry about the jungler. Like, getting hard engaged on is Cassiopeia's nightmare. To be fair, it actually happens a lot, so you may want to avoid it in competitive play, but as far as the Solo King tournament, definitely something that it can work out well.
Yep. I mean, he's doing a great job of mana management at this point, too. Not spamming out, using the fact that he has the 3 Dorans, but again, both Karma and Cassiopeia just horrendously good at keeping waves from pushing, so we're gonna see this one more than likely come down to CS. I don't see how they kill each other, quite honestly. Even with Cassiopeia's ultimate, it doesn't feel like it's enough to really break through the shields as well as the potential heals from the latch there from Karma. Oh, never mind.
Oh, there it is. It's gonna go in there. No stun off that petrifying gaze, and even with poison and twin fangs to trade that out there, Bliss kind of missing out on what might have been a kill opportunity had he landed that petrifying gaze.
Interesting. I don't know why they did that, but
Another tether down there onto Bliss. Hachani never really committing to all of these tethers that he throws out, so kind of questionable decision making. If you're gonna put him out there, might as well go for the follow-up damage. If it's about as free as it gets here, knowing that Bliss empties his mana pool very quickly.
yes. So what are we at? 62 to 54, an 8 creep lead for Bliss. He can't really be pressured by Hachani either. Hachani can't move up without risking taking poison damage. He's also out of consumables, and that's where things kind of get a little rough. Hachani did end up monitoring up the inner flame, but Bliss just kind of slithers away. He's got teleport back up too, so he can choose to just go back and teleport back to this lane.
Yeah, that is the big deal. The guy that uses teleport first actually has a really big advantage, because not only will he be able to come back to lane ahead of schedule, which will allow him to, push turrets and, deny experience and all those other fine accoutrements of life, it will give him the item advantage when he comes back in the lane, and that is going to be a very, very big deal. Coming back with a Hextech or Hextech revolver, though, not an item I expected to see.
I mean, what you said with how the twin fangs can heal him up just a bit, it makes a lot more sense that he picks up that revolver there and just really becomes the sustained machine, impossible to burst, and at least impossible to burst in the 1 versus 1 situation. But he's gonna be able to just stay through a lot of this stuff.
And at this point, going back to base here for Bliss, I'm not sure. Okay, he was just feigning that recall. I was like, I know you're out of mana, but look at the build for Hachani. Not only is he going to match ward for ward in the mid lane, he is also going to have bought 6 Doran's rings.
That's a lot of commitment, honestly. I don't know why you would do that, but let's see. Bliss gonna get hit up, inner flame, mantra'd up, and just taking so much damage there. But Hachani can't really dive, hence.
And Bliss can't heal that back either, because he doesn't have any mana to use Twin Fangs to get that health back off of the.
Why is he staying? That's pretty scary. I mean, he doesn't want to risk losing a lot of damage to the tower, but.
Yeah,
That's
He's
hurt.
at least desperately trying to pick up at least one CS for himself. He is ahead. 4 CS, which may not seem like a lot, but when it gets really, really close, down to that 100 CS mark, it's going to be what defines the game, and an inner flame mantra up there. Hachani with the 1v1 victory. Hachani, the solo king, in our first game of this best of 3 series.
Interesting. I did not think that mantra of inner flame would be enough, but it was. And I don't know what this is still playing. Oh, this is a replay. I was like, why is this still playing this?
Just going to replay this. There is the tether to land. Mantra inner flame. So much damage. Turns out 6 Doran's rings. That's how you beat Bliss. Hachani. For KT Rolster, able to pick up a game 1 win.
All right, so we are into the rift for the second game here between Hachani and Bliss. Hachani leading 1-0, and being a part of KT Rolster, he's got a big name to fill. And then we got Samsung's very own Bliss on the Maokai mid going up against this Morgana. Both players running teleport and ignite, so a lot of mobility and maybe some kill potential for both teams, or both sides. But it's gonna be tough to break down the Maokai.
Now, there are a couple of ways that you can look at this, EGAD. You can say, okay, well, KT have had a very, very strong showing here tonight, so, maybe the KT name...
what is he doing? Oh, God. If he had been bound there by Hachani, that would have been it. But he leveled Tormented Soil already.
Why did Bliss walk under... Okay.
That was weird. Whatever.
Lag? I'm not sure exactly what that advanced strategy was. I think he was trying to get like a couple of early auto attacks on the turrets so that he could have a small advantage, but there's a champion there, so you can't quite make that happen. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you do not skill up a skill early on before you actually need to. Dark Binding, like you said.
A sub creep spawn kill? That'd be cool.
Yeah, a 1 minute kill onto Bliss is not something you want to put on your resume. I died pre-level 1 in a 1v1 tournament, so... another way to look at this is just based on the champions standings right now. Samsung down at the very bottom, 0-6. And honestly, when Bliss was announced as the mid laner for Samsung, I was super excited because he's represents a lot of solo queue talent. He's also a player who's incredibly highly skilled playing Fizz, who is a very mechanically demanding champion. So I expected to see a lot of good things from it, and unfortunately have not quite, lived up to the hype. And I think Samsung as a team, they were a team that went to Worlds with both of their rosters, and now with a full brand new roster, still have a lot to prove. And kind of the same situation here for Bliss versus Hachani.
Hachani really needs to level 2 because then he can guarantee himself a kill on the Bliss. All these auto attacks are just putting in some serious work, chipping him down, as well as the Tormented Soil there, but. Let's see. Binding connects, ignites out, and it looks like he's gonna go down.
Whoa, yeah, one more auto attack. All it's gonna do. Magic Sap to heal, just barely enough. Wow. Bliss in a lot of trouble, forced all the way back to base already, and he'll get his way back into lane. But we're actually gonna see a quick replay of this. One last auto attack.
Sapling slow saved him, 100%.
Yeah, and if Hachani had committed a little bit more to that, might have been able to pick up the kill. Would have been close, and now we're going to see another Dark Binding to land here. The auto attack battle, but here's the Sapling. The Sapling's actually going to go. This is, dead for Hachani. There's the Arcane Smash for Bliss. He'll take a Twisted Advance back out of that fight, just for a few style points. Now, I think we're going to get a quick replay of exactly how that happened. I think that was actually just pretty bad positioning by Hachani.
Yeah, being pushed up that far is kind of risky against a Maokai, and I mean, even without ignites, like that sapling does so much damage to you, and there you see the effects of it. Hachani didn't have much armor either, or magic resist, so kind of just getting chunked on through that. This is like the second game, excuse me.
I want to say this is our fastest victory of the tournament so far, 3 minutes in.
All right, looks like we are onto the Rift now. Nunu versus Caitlyn. It's going to be Bliss versus Hachani. Teleport Ignite for the Nunu and Teleport Barrier for Hachani. Looking to just kite and survive. He had to go Longsword and 3 potions, and Bliss went for the Biscuits and Doran's Ring route. So looking to spam out those Ice Balls very, very quickly and not really worry about mana too much.
And this is actually the opposite of what I was expecting. I thought we were actually going to see more sustain from Nunu and more just aggressive early game here from Hachani. Because as Caitlyn, you want to get those early auto attacks down, 650 range. They're just so abusive this early in the game. Whereas with Nunu, you want to be able to sustain through your weak early game. Make sure that you get your sustain to a point where you can sustain. A lot of sustain in there. You get the idea. But with Bliss going for a Doran's Ring early on, he'll actually be putting on the pain that Hachani may not be ready for. And of course, Ice Blast versus 80 carries is never something that they really want to deal with.
Yeah, the Ice Blast is probably the most important aspect to look at for this fight. The traps for Hachani too are going to be pretty big, considering that Nunu wants to walk up and consume a creep, but the trap could just keep him there and delay him just a bit. Geez, the 90 caliber net for escaping episode 0, for escaping Ice Blast, chasing you down. Then you hear him just laughing in his face right now, and eventually he'll start just abusing the range that Caitlyn has and whittling away at Bliss.
Gonna whittle away at the creep wave primarily, just walking forward for an Ice Blast, and Hachani not actually auto-attacking during the duration of that Ice Blast, just because he knows that he's probably not going to get too many auto-attacks off anyway. Saves that Piltover Peacemaker, and like you said, just the 650 range, so abusive. Creep wave attempting to be evened out there, thinned out as Hachani versus Bliss, both a lot of early aggression. See which one pays off first, and it probably will be Hachani.
Yeah, I mean, he can only consume every couple seconds, so it's not going to work out. And every headshot procs, Hachani is just going to be looking to move up forward.
And of course, he is going to need level 2 in order to go for this consume, so still behind in that level as Hachani did hit it first. Bliss will be facing a pretty decent wave at his turret. Will he be able to last it at all? Already missing 1 creep. We'll see how many more he is allowed to get. It's
going to be tough for Hachani right now. He's going to get chased out. Ignite is available. He's going to drop some traps and kite around that. But with not enough mana and Ice Blast and cooldown, he doesn't really want to risk it. Especially running into the enemy creep wave.
Yeah, definitely. You never want to fight in a creep wave this early on into the game. Now, I'll level up here for Bliss. He's going to have probably rank 2 on Ice Blast. Yeah, he did level up rank 2 for that skill, and at this point in time you're already seeing Hachani having worked through all 3 health potions, starting with a very high sustained build as far as 80 carries go, and they're gone. And this is a big discrepancy between matchups that you want to run versus Nunu and well, this one, because with no sustain other than just the lifesteal and that Doran's Blade, Hachani has no way to deal with taking this point and click damage that every single one of those Ice Blasts is going to put down. Now Bliss very low on HP, but trying to auto attack these minions down will give him the advantage over Hachani.
I gotta say, the way he played that with the headshot proc into Piltover definitely just brought him back, not brought him back into the game, but allowed him to gather a bit of a lead, seeing as to how Bliss did retreat with the wave pushing into the tower. So at some point that wave will reset, and we could see a pretty good time for Hachani. Bliss also clearing out the traps, just walking into all of them.
Wow, yeah, and at this point, that's probably the most effective way that he has to clear out the traps, because HP isn't too big of a difficulty for him. He was able to get that CS pretty much for free while Hachani was back into base, and Bliss still looking to just keep chunking out with those Ice Blasts, something that Hachani just cannot deal with at this point in the game.
Yeah, way too much damage coming out from that burst. He trades with a Piltover. That's insane. Although the Piltover was mitigated by creeps, but it's still way too hard to trade. Although when he has low mana, it's much easier. But he gets the free spell cast after every couple hits.
Yeah, he's gonna be clairvoyant with that clear casting. But oh, nice combo there by Hachani. He's been able to use the potions and the Vampiric Scepter to that sustain coming on, and that'll represent about 13% lifesteal, barring any additional lifesteal from Runes and Masteries that we didn't see at the last second. But For Bliss now, he has pushed back underneath his turret. He's going to be losing a lot of the CS, and if you just look at this CS, you can tell Bliss is not prioritizing that objective. He's trying to get close to a minion to consume it, but unfortunately...
He's got to be careful. He's got to be really freaking careful there.
If he steps on that trap, he's just dead. So
yeah.
Bliss...
He doesn't have TP either, so if he goes back, he's going to lose a lot of tower damage.
Now, keep in mind, he did have the health potions to start the game with, but now with no longer any more after having gotten double Doran's rings. Those rings were turning the tide, but he walked into a creep wave, a Pilter for Peacemaker, and kind of all she wrote here. Hachani now going to get a free trip up to this, well, really the only turret that matters. Of course, we'll deny a little bit of CS and gold along with it.
And oh boy, I mean this is the siege too, so this tower is gonna take a boatload of damage. Not a boatload, but a bit. It's okay. It's put out a half at least. I thought he'd have more time to just whack away at it, but as soon as Bliss gets up there fast, Nunu does have a pretty fast movement speed. But Hachani decides to go back. I don't know how much gold he has left in his bank, but just pick up some Doran's blades and he's good to go.
Now, interestingly enough, Bliss comes back with triple Doran's rings, so no sustain from potions. He's just looking for those rings. If he likes it, then I guess he liked it 3 times because he put 3 rings on it. So he'll be able to stick around in lane, but he's down so much in CS at this point that really all Hachani has to do is just keep killing minions, and he's gonna win the lane anyway.
Yep, being 13 ahead, not too bad, not too bad. Caitlyn is the CS queen. The only thing he's got to watch out for is just a consistent Ice Blast harass. Other than that, like, just keep doing what he's doing. Juke out the range there. Bliss can't really effectively push up. Let him just keep walking into traps and trade like that. Like, those are perfect trades. Just like that.
TIL. But now we're, speaking of perfect trades, Bliss just walking forward with an Ice Blast, walking away. It's an easy way to trade, but Hachani's just not letting him get away with that. He is consistently Pilter for Peacemaker, getting those headshot auto attacks, and now, whoa, going forward, Bliss, the ace in the hole! It's Hachani! In game number 3, there's the decider. Didn't even have to win the 1v1. He just walked up and, well, let the gun do the talking for him.
Smart play. Getting the headshot to bring him low enough for the ace in the hole to be within kill threshold. So you saw him get the headshot. He's like, oh, I can just kill him right now. Boom, and boom. There's the ace in the hole. He's dead.
1v1 victory here will go to Hachani. Congratulations, the solo king. And this matchup will be Hachani for KT Rolster taking out Bliss from Samsung.